Carolina Zoo, just outside the town of Asheboro. It's a treat to see animals living in their natural habitat. It's also great for the animals, because the more comfortable they are, the more the zoo's breeding programs thrive. This must be the biggest birdhouse in the world. Actually, this is the forest aviary exhibit, where over 150 tropical birds intermingle in a completely natural environment. I can tell you one thing, there's plenty of room in here for free flight. One of the first birds you'll notice inside the North Carolina aviary is the African spoonbill. They live in shallow marshes and lagoons and feed by sweeping their bill just like a spoon through the water.
They'll put their bill about halfway in the water and they'll swing it back and forth, and around the edges of their bill is very ultra sensitive, and if anything brushes up against it, they'll just immediately clamp onto it.
African spoonbills have another interesting characteristic. Both the females and the males sit on the nest. In fact, this little chick was ushered into the world by his father.
And it's not just one bird or one parent feeding. Both male and the female take part, just like they did with the incubation.
North Carolina is only the second zoo in the country to successfully breed the African spoonbill. They've been so successful that the keepers have had to find a way to slow the birds down.
The keepers have bought wooden eggs, and we've painted them to look like the spoonbill eggs. Yeah, they're fake eggs. It's a fake egg. And so what we do is, if we want just one egg to hatch out in a clutch, we'll go up and replace them with the dummy eggs and leave the one good egg in there, and then they hatch out just one.
It's hard to believe. This is a fake egg. This is a real egg.
Right.
This only chick will now get all the attention it deserves, ensuring that it will be well cared for and the cycle of life will continue. This is one of 3 exhibits at the zoo featuring the lowland gorilla. These animals are highly endangered, but the North Carolina Zoo has had great success with its breeding programs. You're about to meet North Carolina's first gorilla baby. This is Kwanzaa. His name means first in Swahili. He's 2.5 years old, and he lives in the Forest Glade exhibit with his mother Hope and Carlos, his father.
Kwanzaa's personality is awfully rambunctious, playful. To a degree, you could compare it to a toddler. He'd just soon be out on the playground than in doing something inside. He wants to be out active and playing.
Kwanzaa's arrival at the zoo has given visitors a chance to see how gorillas grow. Like any toddler, he's still dependent on his mother. But lately, he's been spending more and more time with his dad, learning how to behave like a real gorilla male.
The chest beating is a form of vocalization that alarms, alerts the troop to possible imminent danger. When he becomes an adult, it'll be one of his ways to signal to other members that he's in charge or what his intentions are.
Last year, keepers brought another female, Donna, into the family in the hope that she too would breed with Carlos. So far, she's taking her time getting acquainted.
She's never been in a situation where she's had a male that's been very interested in her and hopefully wanting to breed her. In the mornings, many times he'll want to chase her and try to get his hands on her, but she keeps a safe distance from him.
But there's one member of the group that Donna isn't afraid of. She and Kwanzaa are getting to be friends, and the keepers hope their friendship will be the bridge that brings Donna into the family.
You learn something new every day, and the observations are different each time we come in. You really gain a respect and admiration for just what they are to a degree in their place in the world.
People talk about the special bond between mother and child that you can find all through the animal world. There's no doubt in my mind that animals feel love. How you doing? You know, I don't know what it is about babies. Not just human babies like this little baby here, or baby giraffe, or baby gazelle, or baby chimpanzees, whatever it is. Maybe it's the innocence of the animals. For whatever reason, one of the most popular places in a zoo is right where the baby animals are. We visited Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, and found there was no shortage of baby animals or guests to enjoy them. We didn't waste any time in asking about the newest arrivals on the Serengeti Plains exhibit. And we learned that raising baby giraffes can be a tall order, and more than a handful to say the least. We spoke with zookeeper Chris Allen about these beautiful long-necked creatures. Now, how big is a giraffe when they're born?
They stand about 6 foot tall and weigh about 150 pounds.
Oh. You know, I can't believe that the baby, it falls 6 feet to the ground?
Yeah, we don't have a doctor out here, to slap them on their tails, so the ground actually wakes them up, gets them breathing. They take their first breath that way.
So what kind of a mother does a giraffe make?
An excellent mother.
A lot of the babies, most of the baby giraffes, they stay with the mothers?
Yeah, the mother's milk is pretty hard to reproduce, so we put them in the nursery as a last resort. You give them every opportunity to survive out here.
We feed them twice a day?
Grain in the morning and hay in the afternoon.
Look at those tongues. Now, Chris, as far as drinking water, how in the world does the giraffe do that?
Well, that's a very difficult task for a giraffe. What they'll do is they'll splay their legs forward. That'll get their breasts down closer to the ground, and then they can drink their water that way. They also graze that way on grass, and that is when they are accessible to predation.
A giraffe's legs may appear to be fragile, but they are actually a source of strength. So when a newborn at Busch Gardens was born with legs that were less than powerful, special attention was paid. Unless it's absolutely necessary, animals are rarely hand-raised by humans, and in this case, it was worth it. I heard about this success story when I visited at Busch Gardens Outback Nursery with Ruth Barroso. Something was wrong with Callie's legs. Did she have braces on?
Yes, she did. It wasn't really that there was something wrong with her leg. She was just too weak to stand. She was born a little prematurely. If we wanted to get her up or down, it took 3 of us to move her, and we'd have to hold her up and then walk her around the nursery. In the Shriners Hospital, they made braces for us to make our job a little bit easier. And what they did was help to keep her legs from hyperextending backwards. But they also helped to make her legs stronger so it would make our job easier as far as walking her around the nursery and building up her strength. There.
One of the greatest pleasures in life is watching a child do what it does best, frolic around, enjoying herself by running free.
There seems to be no problem with them at all.
No problems as far as I could see. The only problem was getting Callie to slow down for a bottle feeding. Unfortunately for me, Callie liked my hair a lot more than the bottle.
Jack, you're real lucky. We call that giraffe moose, and there's not very many people that get to experience that.
Oh, this is giraffe moose?
Yeah.
Oh, very funny, Kelly. Thanks so much for taking care of me today.
Anytime you need a hairdresser, just call Callie.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm sorry, I've got to go right now. I know my appointment's only half an hour long. Excuse me. Chicago, my kind of town. Children of the city have got to be one of the most riveting sights to see, especially at Lincoln Park Zoo in Chicago. Debbie, it looks like there's a lot of excitement here in the barn today. What's just happened?
Well, about 10-15 minutes ago, Missy, who's one of our goats, just gave birth to twins, and that's always an exciting part here at the zoo.
So these are just born, both of them?
A male and a female.
Wow.
And right now what she's doing is cleaning off the afterbirth.
Like the baby's clean?
It does a couple of things. One, actually her licking helps dry them off so that they don't get cold. And also the licking it stimulates them, like, our babies might get slapped or something. It helps stimulate their breathing. This was the first one that was born. We're still working on the second.
Yeah, the second one looks a lot bigger than the first one.
Sometimes you never know. Sometimes they're the same size.
Look at that.
I don't know very many human mothers who are up on their feet and eating their breakfast right after birth.
You know what's amazing, Debbie, is to watch that animal's first nursing. How did it know where to go?
They basically know where it is by instinct. They have a really strong instinct to suckle and find prey very quickly. They're hungry. Being born is very hard work.
Now don't start nursing me. Hey, hold it. Hey. Ever hear the expression, a face only a mother could love? Well, fortunately, there are a lot of beings in this world, both human and animal, that are willing and able to step in for the natural mother when the baby needs extra help. At zoos, aquariums, and other facilities, we often find these little guys in nurseries. There are a number of surrogate mothers to be found that get a special fulfillment from this relationship. One of the most respected and dedicated mothers I have ever met is Pat Sass, senior keeper of the Great Ape House. Pat, I have not done this bottle fed in a long time with 3 girls. They're all grown, but I haven't lost touch, have I?
No, as long as she's taking it, so far you're doing okay.
I'll tell you what I have lost touch with. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, you got the better
No,
job.
don't ask me to do that. I never got to change little boy's diaper, and I'm not going to start now. Now, what's your name?
That's Zawadi.
Zawadi. Boy, you're a good-looking gorilla. What happened to Zawadi's mother?
Well, Zawadi's mother is okay, but he developed a medical problem, so he needed to be hand-raised.
Now, who do I have here?
That's Tabibu,
And how old is she?
a couple months old.
And look at the feet on this one. Look at the feet. I've never seen pigmentation like that. It looks like a marble.
Her father is Gino, and all of the babies that he has fathered have either had marbled feet or white.
Can you hold Zawadi up a minute, sir? So far,
Are you ready?
I've been seeing his bottom the whole time. I can't seem to see how handsome he is.
Good-looking guy, aren't you? He's good-looking.
Boy, he is handsome. This boy's going to be big. I can tell from those hands. Look at the size of those hands. This male is going to be big. He is
Are
big.
ya?
What's he doing?
He's just
Playing?
playing. Sure, he's just all excited, aren't you? Are you excited and you like to
His
be
mouth is open,
tickled?
so he's having fun.
Just like kids do. With a big belly like a Buddha belly. A Buddha belly. Yeah, that's what you got. It's like a little Mack truck.
How long will he stay in the nursery? Because it looks to me like he's going to take this place apart in about 2 more weeks.
No, he's okay. Actually, when they're about close to a year, they get moved back to the ape house. And then we have a program where we have a female, Debbie, who's about 27, and she's never had her own babies, but she's an excellent foster mother. And we will slowly introduce him to her, let them bond, and then she will teach him to be a gorilla. Right now, he's between a gorilla and a people because of being mother-raised and hand-raised.
Now, what do you think's easier, taking care of human babies or gorilla babies?
Well, it's like having a kid so that your life isn't your own. It belongs to the gorilla. And again, if you have to go out or do anything, either it has to be where you can take the baby with you or you have to get a babysitter. Though I admit it's a lot easier to get a babysitter for a great ape than it is for a human. I really enjoy working with the animals and especially with the great apes. I don't know, I just feel that, I don't know, maybe in my other life I was a gorilla. I don't know. So, and I like their personalities and their toughness. They're probably one of the neatest animals around.